What's going on, guys? Hey, listen, today we're going to do a co-review. I got my boy right here beside me, and we are going to talk about a fragrance from the house of City Rhythms. So strap up, we're going for that ride.
Okay, feeling for two. I watch that head move side to side as I let this in into the room. You are on time, let's connect minds. Trying to get into a mood. We gon' be fine. Close up the blinds, no rush. Finish the food.
All right, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I'm your host, SB, for the evening, and beside me on the left-hand side, co-hosting with me, please introduce yourself.
Man, you already know it's your boy Kix Griffey back in the building. We are about to get into it. Let's go.
Okay, from the house of City Rhythms, we are talking about Manhattan Midnight.
Nice, nice. Woo!
And let me see if I've got any info real quick before we go into this. So not a lot of votes on this fragrance, 100 votes, but we do have a 4.46 out of 5 rating. So I would say well above mass appeal territory for those who have put their nose to it. This fragrance was launched in 2024. Again, a City Rhythms fragrance. And what is it classified as? An Oriental Unisex Spicy. So without further ado, let's get an initial impressions, Kicks.
Oh my God. Man.
And just immediately I get like just a freaking burst of scent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got almost a candied. For me, at first, it felt like almost like a blue raspberry sour type of candied opening, but on skin, it's much different. But in the air, that burst in the air really felt almost like a blue candy, like a blue raspberry candied type of pop to it. Maybe a little sour blue candy or something. What do you get from it?
Man, exactly what you said. It's a candy burst. It almost smelled like somewhat of a, if you could think of a blueberry starburst almost.
Yeah.
Like and then it got like this violet tone to it.
I almost get cotton candy.
Yeah, but it's more like, I know this smells and it's blue, but it's like this blueberry starburst kind of almost violet smell. If you guys could think of violet almost like a ray of candy, almost like, think of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Think of a um mm, I can't even explain it. It just smells sweet, cotton candy rolled up. What are those little almost like fruity pop rocks, almost like,
That's what I was
in
gonna
a
say.
way.
Like when you go into the candy store and you see the gummies and like the rock candy and all that in the jars,
There you go,
and then
rock
they're
candy.
firing up cotton candy next to it, and then it's got
Yeah.
like a cold ice cream shop kind of feel into it. But then there's
Think
a
of a
lot
candy
of,
store.
what'd you say?
Candy store.
Candy
You're
store for
walking into
sure.
a candy store. You're walking
But it's
into a
interesting
candy.
on on the test strip, I get almost a green experience. Like I smell a lot of like green resinous kind of airiness, but on my skin, I get more of a almost like earthy, peppery experience behind all of that kind of rosy cotton candy-ish violet smash. It's got it, I get more of the like a resinous peppery side backbone to it, that something just kind of taming all the sweetness, because in the air and on the test strip it's just a sweet burst, but it seems to sit down a lot more and be a little less sweet on skin. Like in the air it feels like 8 out of 10. On my skin it feels more like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, almost like a softer Dior Homme Parfum kind of sweetness on it.
And when I smell it on the end of it, like right when you're done smelling something, you're left with like the reminiscence. I smell green.
Hmm.
I don't know why,
I
but
smell that too.
yeah,
Really nice. The notes on this fragrance, top
yeah.
we
What is
have
it?
we have violet leaf, cassia, which is a green note, bergamot, In the middle notes, we have tea, frankincense, pimento, pepper, myrrh, and rock rose. And then in the base notes, we have tobacco leaf, vetiver, and vanilla.
You did say a peppery. You smelled peppery. You did smell like a peppery smell on it. Now I didn't pick that. And you know, the green could have been the tea. I wasn't even looking at it or the cassia. Cassia. This you guys look at the oil content off of this thing, dude. This is like straight pure. Look at that, the shine. If y'all could see
Yeah,
that,
they can see
my
it.
God, that's crazy.
I've
This
been
is a
really
good fragrance.
I've been really interested to see what pimento does to a fragrance because my only like scent memory with pimento is gray vetiver.
Mm,
Um, Gray vetiver from Tom Ford has like a grapefruit pimento kind of combo, and in that fragrance, it kind of gives this bitter edge to the grapefruit. It takes it from tart to like bitter, smooth tart. And this, I think it's gonna hit everybody's nose different because
hmm
either you're gonna gravitate towards a kind of peppery vibe, like a smooth, more like peppercorn. You know what I'm saying? Not
mm.
like pepper, more like peppercorn, or the tobacco or the resin because it's got frankincense and myrrh into it. So I think you could kind of gravitate anywhere with it. But what I like about that is it takes a very juvenile scent profile and kind of gives it some backbone. You know, when you smell fragrances like Instant Crush or uh, Downtown Deja Vu from Day 3, right? Um, I think that fragrance had rock rose in it as well. But whenever you're kind of smelling these rosy, candied, cotton candy-ish type scents, you always, as a grown man, are like, man, I hope there's something behind that to kind of ground it so that it can kind of wear up a little bit in age class. And so
hmm
I really like that they contrasted. It's really interesting, first off, that the only sweetness that could be achieved from this is violet leaf, rose, and vanilla. Everything else is like green, resinous, or peppery, yet the sweetness at least feels like 60% of this fragrance. And in the opening, it feels like 80. So this is one of those instances where when you look at the note breakdown before you buy the fragrance, you might tend to believe that this is not a very sweet fragrance, but it's quite sweet. And that's where it comes into play that just because you see notes on a screen, you don't know how much of each ingredient is in the fragrance. This feels dominantly like a vanilla rose violet leaf experience with all of this backdrop of, you know, tea and resin and tobacco.
When I first smelled it, when it first came off, it was very sweet. I'm just saying now, it's not sweet to me anymore.
No, it
What
dropped
I
like
get,
40%.
what I yeah, what I get is a lot of spice now.
Yes.
I'm getting a very spicy. The spicy I'm talking about is you remember as a kid you used to eat the Red Hots, the candy
Yeah.
Red Hots.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know that spicy ting
Yeah.
that was on the back. That's what I'm smelling.
It's smooth,
It's
but
a
it's there.
Yeah, it's spicy. It almost smells like it would be hot, like it's burning your mouth, and that's what I'm getting. But I get that spiciness, and then I get this herbaceous, and I think that's where the tea is coming from. I'm not getting I'm not getting the smoke yet. I'm not getting the smoke. I'm not getting the tobacco. I'm not smelling any of the vanilla yet. I'm not smelling the vetiver, and I'm thinking that those are gonna come closer
The
to
dry
the
down.
dry down.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because what I'm getting right now at the beginning, I got sweet candy, blueberry, almost like sweet candy, right? And it quickly changed into this spicy, very spicy, herbaceous smell. Herb, green, spice.
Yeah.
And that's
I
all I'm
think
getting
this
right now.
fragrance will dry down into a green spicy fragrance, like a green spicy sweet fragrance. And the reason I say that is because if you look, it's almost like in the top notes, fragrance is a lot like magic because top notes and heart notes fade away and it's almost like you're trying to carry a baton of scent into the dry down. And so it almost seems like the acacia and the violet, the acacia passes into the tea, and the tea passes into the vetiver, and that's what the handoff is going to be. So at first you kind of get this super herbaceous sweet green blast, and then that green kind of tints up to something more earthy. Then the pass off is the heart of resins and pepper into the tobacco. And then on the sweet side, it's like the violet leaf is passing to the rose and the rose is passing to the vanilla. But you can't help but think the sweetness is going to continue to dry down, and more of the herbaceous, resinous tobacco side is going to bleed out closer to the dry down. And it's going to become a lot more of a mature scent than the opening would lead you to believe. But really interesting scent, man.
It is interesting. I think this is a great casual wear. I wouldn't wear this too up. I wouldn't dress this too up. I believe that this fragrance is great in a high 60s, in the 70s. I wouldn't go
Light breeze.
anything. Yeah, I wouldn't go anything over 75 in this. Some people would. I wouldn't. I like the way it kind of started off sweet, but the way that it's starting to develop is very like it's right. And I'm starting to get a bit of the vetiver, believe it or not. I can smell that little bit of that vetiver in the back end, kind of grounding it, giving
Yeah,
it
kind of
some
like
kind
a
of earth
green,
and
earthy. Yeah.
yeah,
It almost
it's nice.
feels like 1/3 of a Aaron Terrence Hughes fragrance in terms of how it presents with sweet, like being like a constantly transitioning flavor bomb. It's like Aaron Terrence Hughes extra light, some like a Mancera take on a Aaron Terrence Hughes fragrance. But it's cool because it's an experience. I agree with the weather stuff. I think it's actually ageless. As far as it being unisex, I do think it leans masculine. In the air, in the
Mm,
opening, if you put it on a test strip, I think you would feel like it's more unisex than it actually is. And then into the dry down, the sweetness just settles down so crazy. I
it
think
settles
women could
down.
wear it, but I think a woman might be like jarred by the fact of how much sweetness gets removed so quickly. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
eating an ice cream cone, but by the time you get to the bottom, it's almost like, man, it's like the sugar only got added to the top. Now you have
yeah.
diet ice cream as kind of a
Mm.
finish to it. But I do think it's still unisex. I just feel the dry down kind of starts trying to wiggle its way masculine. You have a lot of
I believe.
masculine feeling stuff. You've got green notes, resins, pepper, tobacco, vetiver. But I do think women could totally pull it off. But it does feel like it might lean a little bit masculine. For me, bro, I feel like there's a lot of fragrances in this category that might punch in its projection more. This feels
Mm.
like it moves to glorified skin scent pretty quickly. Like I feel like it would last a really long time, but I don't think it would ever break like a 2 foot scent bubble after the first hour. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
yeah.
kind of just like
Okay.
a nice, fun scent bubble, low breeze. I would wear this to like a carnival or a fair. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a casual wear. It's a casual wear, you guys. But this is my thing. I can't really talk about as far as the longevity, even though I have the bottle because I haven't worn it in a very, very long time. So to be fair about it, I would have to revisit this fragrance. But the way that it's transitioning, I want to say just a calculated guess, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, possibly.
Yeah, if
That's
you
what I'm thinking.
shotgunned yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
And this
yeah,
would be one of those fragrances where if you shotgunned yourself, that first hour you would be smelling crazy. Like you would be
yeah,
ringing, popping the heck off like fireworks. And then
yeah.
unless you went outside right away. So like I would say, if you're indoors, maybe hit yourself only 4 to 6 and just have that nice 2-3 foot scent bubble. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
outdoors, I really think you'd benefit from a 10 plus spray experience on this. And don't try to play with the elements. Don't wear this in the rain. Don't wear it in a high breeze. Don't wear it in the freezing cold. Don't wear it when it's swamp hot outside. If you're
No,
in Texas or down south. I think if you have a nice breeze with this fragrance,
Yeah.
little to no breeze, that is the
Mm,
money spot for a
yeah.
fragrance like this.
Yeah.
Alternatives, bro. If someone was trying to get into this,
Hmm.
what are some close neighbors to this or some cheapies that get you around this? What does it make you think about? Because I know at first I thought Instant Crush, I thought Amberful, I thought Downtown Deja Vu, because that's a cotton candy rose fragrance. What are you thinking
Yes.
about?
See, because it said tea and stuff like that. Honestly, I know this might sound crazy, but we're talking about something that people can get actually now, not discontinued.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Mm. Honestly, with something like this, I would stick close to like a Hermes H24 or something like that, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know?
think this actually smells quite shockingly close to Amberful. It's almost like
Mm.
it's like you know how Blue de Chanel has the exclusive,
Mm-hmm.
and exclusive is very much this dark, I call it a dark blue. So it takes the blue DNA and it darkens it into this kind of subdued extra richness. And I feel like this is like dark a dark red. Like it's like Amberful with a little more darkness added to it. Cuz Amberful has this really bright kind of yuzu blast, and this kind of feels like a very controlled substance, like a controlled citrus, but more smoky and dark too.
You know what this reminds me of? And it does make somewhat sense. Think of the discontinued Gucci Pour Homme 2, but with spice.
Mm, mm. Okay.
Think of that. Think of a Gucci Pour Homme 2, the discontinued, the gold bottle, but with a heavy dose of spice.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
remind me of.
You know, it's interesting looking at the links that that
Yeah.
Fragrantica has. Fragrantica says
Mhm.
this is closest to Gucci Pour Homme 2, Burberry London, Ombre Noir from La Lique, surprisingly,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
La Nuit de L'Homme Bleu Electrique.
Mm, I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see that.
Yeah, it's you know, the people make recommendations for this stuff. And one of the things I think through when people are saying this fragrance reminds me of is like, are you writing down your thoughts right in the opening or right
Mm,
off the test strip or in the dry down? So it's great that we have the voting system there so people can kind of agree and disagree. But nonetheless, I think it's a cool fragrance. I mean, I think for
yeah.
kids, they would really enjoy this because it's unique for what it is. You know, it goes in a couple different places and it really adds to like an experience. And I think certain things will stick out for everyone. And for a tobacco scent, you know, it's kind of like juvenile toddler tobacco. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost
But
not even there.
this does because I do have a little bit of Gucci Pour Homme too, and I have some renditions of it, and this does smell like a Gucci Pour Homme too with pepper. With pepper, it
Mm,
smells just like it with pepper. With pepper, it smells just like it. Matter of fact, if you look at Gucci Pour Homme too, they have similar notes
mm-hmm. Well,
compared to
it got high
Fragrantica.
votes.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the things I'll say, guys, is if you want to pick up a fragrance like this, you can probably get it for around what, $100?
What, this fragrance?
Well, I know it retails for 150, but
Yeah, that's
can't you
150.
snag it up for closer to 100 on discounters?
Nah, discounters, I still think it's like you could look up on I'm about to look real quick, you guys, but I think the lowest you can get
There's a
this.
dude trying to sell this for 260 on eBay. That's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Hey, City Rhythms is not cheap. It is not cheap at all. It's not cheap.
Yeah, I see it retailing for 150.
It's retailing for 150.
Yes,
Okay
you
then.
can get it right now on Lucky Scent for 150.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, see, I see it for 139.99 for 50 ml. For 200, for the 100 ml.
Yeah, I don't even see 100 ml available. I see the 50 ml available.
I see some discounters having it for 100 ml, and they want 159.99.
Yeah. But I
Mm,
think that's definitely affordable. It's just one of those price points where if you don't put your nose to it first for how experimental the fragrance feels, I think you're an idiot. Like
yeah.
you need to do your due diligence. Now, one thing I will mention before we kind of wrap up here is this is advertised as a parfum extrait.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though it's a smaller scent bubble, I feel it looks like you should at least get north of 6 hours pretty easily, unless you're battling with the elements. So, and that's off of minimal sprays. So, anyways, this was City Rhythms Manhattan Midnight. I know they have an original Manhattan. I'm pretty sure. Be interested. Have you put your nose on that yet?
That one is pretty much Gucci Pour Homme too, without the pepper,
Without the
without the
pepper?
spice. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a absolutely a duplicate of Gucci Pour Homme too.
Awesome. Okay, well,
Yeah.
hey guys, hey, I hope you enjoyed our co-review. We're gonna do more of these because Kix constantly is sending me stuff and vice versa. So hopefully we can get some more dual castings going on with these reviews, just to add a little bit more insightfulness to, and also so you guys don't have to hear me chirping because I'm long-winded. So it's good to have Kix just jump in and grab the
It's
mic
no
for a little bit.
problem.
But
It's no
we thank you
problem.
guys so much for checking us out. Again, I'm the Scent Bubble. This is Kix Griffey. Make sure if you're not subscribed to him, go check him out. He's got a wealth of content, real authentic journey, and he's on a unique journey that I think not a lot of people are on. So you can get a lot of great perspective and just, appreciate someone else's journey who's really out in the field with this stuff every single day.
Thank,
Hey, let us know
thank
in the comments below, which city rhythms should we try next? Because
mm.
I know they have quite a selection, pretty unique bottle presentation as well. So it'd be cool to get into some more of their scents. Do you have any last minute words for the people, Kicks?
Oh, listen, I just want you guys to enjoy your journey. Do not base your journey upon reviewers like ourselves or your friends. Your journey is your journey. Enjoy it. It's not about how many bottles you get, it's about do you like the fragrance and what kind of energy it provokes. Have a good time, y'all.
Hey, I couldn't have finished that better myself. And with that being said, y'all have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, peace.
Peace.